Hello everyone, and welcome back to Coronavirus Corner. I did get off to sleep eventually. I dreamt I was an answer in a crossword puzzle, and I was stuck in the squares my name was written in, and the person doing the crossword was just about to write the word death, starting with the D in Edna. And I knew if they did, I'd die, so I jerked myself awake, and my heart was thudding. And then I realised I'd just got a text message. It was from Eric. It said, "All well, Zooming at 10 o'clock. What a relief. I had my breakfast and walked to the shop for old Patrick's newspaper, and he made me a mug of tea and turned on his computer. What a relief to see the Vicar and Mandy safe and sound and eating crumpets. But when I looked closer, he got a bruise on his face, and Mandy had 3 broken nails. It looked a bit like one of those posters in public lavatories where you have to tear off a telephone number if you're frightened of someone. But they were smiling, although Mandy had a bit of a scared look in her eyes, and the Vicar had his arm round her. They did look sweet. When Eric and Maureen arrived, Maureen burst into tears. "Oh, Mandy, I want to come and give you a big hug." Mandy smiled and said not to worry, she was all right. But of course we all wanted to know what had happened. I'd realised it was Kev the ice cream man when I heard him shouting, and that's why I was worried, because he's a big man and he's got a temper. The Vicar told us that when he got downstairs, Kev was trying to kick the door in, and he dialed 999, not realising that Eric had already called the police. But just as he got through, Kev got in the house. So he left the phone on and shouted to Mandy to get in the bathroom, but Kev barged past him, although he did trip him up with the processional cross, and that had just bought Mandy enough time to lock herself in. She was panicking though, and that's when she broke her nails. Then they had a fight outside the bathroom. Mandy said it was horrible because she could hear them, but she didn't dare open the door. Kev was shouting and swearing, and he punched the Vicar. But what he didn't know was that the Vicar used to do boxing when he was a teenager. And he knocked Kev out. And then she heard voices and she thought it was the police, so she came out. But it was Charles and Lydia forgot all about social distancing and gave her a big hug. And Charles sat on Kev's legs. And then the police arrived. And the Vicar laughed when he remembered their faces when they saw 2 clergymen with a big cross and an unconscious criminal. One of them said it was like an episode of Father Brown on crack. And when Kev came round, they arrested him. He was on probation and he'll be going back to prison. Fancy that happening in Britland. Criminals cashing in on cornettos. Lydia said when they arrived, they could hear shouting inside, and there was a Mr Whippy van on the drive with its engine running, and ice cream all over the vicarage windows, where Kev had thrown cornets in a blind rage, and hundreds and thousands all over the flower beds. Mandy said she was impressed that he'd finally thought of something else to do with them. Today's sensible tip is, be brave. We can face anything with a bit of courage and a few friends. You take care, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.